Hey there, Over a Pipe Nation. Welcome back to the Over a Pipe channel. We're going to do some throwback reviews since we've got the D-Man on board. Derek, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, brother. I'm glad to have you on board for this. We're going to do some dual reviews. I feel like that was like a Survivor show. Was it dual Survivor?
Yeah, it was dual Survivor.
Dual reviews.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
Dual reviews. I mean, whatever we're going to call it.
I'm
It's
excited.
going to be fun. So we're one of the first throwbacks we're going to do, because this is one of the first ones we're doing. We want to really just hit it hard with some Daughters and Ryan Cockstrong. Now, this is it's in the I don't know what the hell I'm saying. This is a rough blend. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now in terms of my review. So I'm not even going to let Derek, really have a chance to know anything about it.
I can't even go in blind now.
Can't even go in blind. This is an American blend, and it's if you're wanting that nicotine hit, this is going to do it. So I figured I'd start Derek off, with some
Start me off
strong. But let's light up the bowls and check it out. Actually, first, before we do that, let's let you take a look at what the blend has to offer. It's pretty. It's real pretty. Yeah. Whew, 10 note. Nice and sweet. Kind of honeyed. Very light and bready. Okay. Let's see if it smokes that way. I will tell you, some of the components are Burley, Oriental Turkish, and Virginia. So we'll see how that goes. I'll try to make sure I don't crush our sound system. Now this stuff is dry as a bone right out of this sucker. It comes in a big package, as you can see. They actually have a fairly big package that this comes in, and so it's not fully vacuum sealed, but it is a pretty large package. But there again, there's your tin look for you, and I mean it's bulk. You're basically getting bulk in a tin for sure.
It is it's definitely a tobacco.
It's definitely a tobacco. It's not as bad as I think the first time I tried this.
I think for me, it's a very from what I've had before. It's just a very generic tasting. Doesn't really stand out. It's not terrible. It seems to smoke very well.
It does smoke very well. That might be because it's dry as a bone.
It's definitely going to catch.
But I mean, there's a slight amount of complexity to it. I can taste a little bit of breadiness. I don't get a lot of hay. There's a little pepperiness to it on the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up a little bit of pepperiness.
I mean, on the retro hail, it's kind of unassuming. I mean, there's just not much to it there. There's no flavoring to it. I'd say this is probably, at least according to tobacco reviews, this is considered a medium blend, medium taste, and pleasant to tolerable room note. I would say medium's probably a good word. It's probably medium on. I'd say it's almost light on taste.
That's what I was going to say. If this is considered medium, I'm curious what it's considered light, because it's very, very just light taste to myself.
I mean, this is a blend that if you're just wanting to light up and just have. And this is not to insult the blend at all, because Daughters and Ryan's makes good stuff. If you're just wanting something, like the idea that if you've just had so much flavor that you just want something, if you want the Bud Light of blends.
So this would be like an end of the night smoke after you've had all the good stuff. You just want something to finish off with. It's kind of unassuming.
Yeah, if you want to do some roll your owns, this could work. I could see it doing some roll your own. I would say it's probably probably going to be a medium strength. I can imagine it being a medium strength, but I just don't find it very full flavor.
It burns really, really hot too, it seems like. Maybe it's because I'm puffing too hard, but
yeah, it's easy to puff on this thing.
So dry to start with.
Pretty quickly. It also has a lot to do with the Virginias too. Virginias burn because Virginias have a lot more sugar in them. And so sugar burn, like if you've ever, you can light sugar on fire and it'll.
So they burn up, yeah. What are some other Virginia types that I've had before that you know of? Because there's been a few different ones I've tried, but I haven't tried a lot yet.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had much in terms of any like straight Virginias.
Yeah.
We have some coming up, like pure Virginia. There's a few. There's a few that we've got coming up that we'll try Virginia wise. Virginia to me are just super peppery on the front. They're kind of like.
It is super peppery. It's almost like a spiciness.
It is like a spiciness.
Yeah.
But it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was, actually.
It's not terrible.
Again, like I feel like if you ever want in the summer, you just want to get a Bud Light. This is like just getting a Bud Light. You just grab it. There's nothing that's going to, shock your palate. And there's nothing about it that's going to necessarily run you off. It's very much just it's not that it's bland because there's a slight complexity to it, but it is in terms of other blends that you can get. It's just basic. It's just basic and I guess easy to go with.
So is this a popular blend, you think, or I mean, is it still being produced?
Still being produced. Cornell, Daughters and Ryan still produces it, so I mean, it's still one you can buy in the stores and everything. So. Not bad. Not bad at all. I feel almost like there was something soapy just then.
Really? Like a little cilantro taste?
Something like that. Not quite an herbal taste, but just something like a slight acrid.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit acrid.
But you know what? Give it a try. Give it a shot. I don't think, if you know what you're getting into with it, you probably won't be disappointed. For those guys that like their roll your own kind of stuff, you probably will think this blend is just fine. But, outside of that, it's going to be something that's unassuming. It's probably going to hit you hard on the neck side, so you might want to be careful there. But I think overall, it's not an all-day smoke. It's definitely not, one that I am drawn to, but I can see where it has its purpose.
So, thinking about final thoughts, this is something that you talked about an everyday smoke. This is something that I would assume people probably like as an everyday smoke because it's very light, it's unassuming. You can have it on break. You can have it on break while you're at work or outside, just hanging out at the campfire. It's kind of like, I guess, like you said, a Bud Light versus a nice IPA or something like that, So this is something I feel like just my grandfather would just carry around in a tin and just, smoke on all day versus something a lot more complex, So as a novice, I kind of prefer those complex blends because they seem to have a little more flavor to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's the difference between having like just a hamburger and having a burger with lettuce and mayonnaise and ketchup and tomatoes and onions and sesame seed buns and all that other kind of stuff. I mean, it's just basic, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with basic.
Nothing wrong with the basics sometimes.
Nothing wrong with the basics. All right, everybody. This was our review of Daughter and Ryan's Cockstrong. If you're feeling frisky, or I guess that's probably the wrong word for that. So if you're feeling frisky, go grab you some Daughter and Ryan's Cockstrong. Check it out. Till next time, we're going to have some more reviews coming up. Check out all of our other channels, such as the Letter Rip or Over a Pipe Live. Check out Mortison J Crowe's channel. We might have some other stuff coming up. But hopefully you enjoyed this review. Hopefully you'll check out some of the other ones. This is Martin.
This is Derek.
We'll see you later.